Tell me your name. Flickering flame. Tears on your face. And time will erase. Fact and fiction. This tragic tradition. Driving too fast.
How does the development, Greg, of role players affect the team?
It can be a major factor. Being able to feel the needs of a team, that's what it's all about. A shot here, a block there. Structural players, critical.
Let's check out Vancouver's starting lineup. Barnes out there with Antetokounmpo. Then it's Jones. Then there's Towns. And it's Curry in at the 2.
Boy, he saw the pass coming, and Beasley was shot ready on the catch.
Here's Giannis. Giannis dunks it down.
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Here's De Silva. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Giannis against Martin. Antetokounmpo again.
Man, that's where Giannis does most of his damage. He's a problem on the interior.
When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
And good that time.
So tough stopping Antetokounmpo. Not just the length, but he plays with passion you don't often see.
Now here is Martin. Against Phoenix, he was really on his game. There's the drive, and finished off by Martin.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Well, he's a... attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that simply stated a terrific play.
Here's Antetokounmpo. His last outing with 20 points. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And in terms of sheer athleticism, Giannis is impressive. His upside has everyone wondering just how far he can go in this league.
That one misses.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Giannis throws it down.
Love seeing Giannis use that athleticism. Fantastic there with the finish.
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Had a chance to catch up with Michael Malone, and they're focused on limiting one of the best shooting bigs ever in Karl Anthony Towns. Now, Coach said earlier, Towns is a machine on the offensive end. We'll try to make Cat into a passer, get the ball out of his hands. We'll see if they can accomplish that. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play. Oh, that's a pretty bounce pass. Nice.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And it's Michael Malone calling timeout here. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And the Nuggets making a change here. Jackson's checked in. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You take a look at the Hawks. They've achieved some upward momentum, climbing to the 5th spot on the board.
Well, seeing where Vancouver is, they've played great basketball, no doubt about it. Do they have more potential than they've showed us thus far? No question about it.
Here's Martin. And the rejection by Giannis. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
Here's Martin. Vancouver pulls it in. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out. Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
From deep onto the Kumbo. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
I'll tell you, the team is simply riding the hot hand. This guy has been lights out.
Adors, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. Tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy is a stat stuffer.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And Stephen Curry with the foul. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Substitution on the court.
There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. And it's good, 2 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Here's Anderson. Vancouver pulls it in. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. Crazy athleticism. Watch out for Giannis.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. The Nuggets trail by 7. Beasley for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. And the layup falls. Giannis has got 22.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's Vancouver. They lead by 9. And we'll get... And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Vancouver.
Tons of points off penetration so far, guys. They're driving at will on the defense, just taking whatever they want.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
And Vancouver, who they've got. Mobley is out there with Towns, and it's Simpson in at the 3. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Suns. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, it's a cliche, but the Nuggets certainly have strong values. Coach Michael Malone says, open and honest conversation. That's the best way to have a real team. We talk about family a lot in the locker room. Families don't always get along, but they have to communicate. All the guys that are willing to speak up, that's invaluable. Kevin?
You can't put a price on it, David. Thank you. And we see, as in baseball doors, the introduction of the pitch timer to increase the pace of play. Do you think the NBA is taking notice of that?
What I know, Kevin, unequivocally is the NBA is in a constant state of monitoring its product and how can it make it more fan-friendly. The only criticism to me that's redundant is the pace of reviews, and the league is trying to streamline that to the best of their ability.
Vancouver making a switch here. Jones is checked in. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Oh, a thunderous basket from Towns there. Lots of dunks in his future.
And it's the Nuggets with the ball. Down by 15. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that'll be the middle game of their 5 and their longest homestand of the year. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Towns. Over to the left wing. Hall, that's good.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Here's Jones. Plays it up and banks it in. And Vancouver leads by 14.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this is simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
From the baseline. And there's Vancouver with another bucket.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
But Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
The Nuggets trail by 16. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. For Vancouver, they've gone a superb 7 of 7 from the field here in the second. It's good for the 7th time this game. He's shot 7. He has made 7.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And we have a timeout called by Michael Malone. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And a chance here to check out some stats for Scotty Barnes. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Martin attacking and finished off by Martin.
Look at the handles. Gets through the D and then powers it home.
Such a pretty move inside. Clark, how do you stop that? Curry passes to Giannis. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Curry's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And how about this rookie taking over? Giannis is just doing whatever he wants offensively.
Goes up from the top of the key, and he gets that one to go off the front iron. 12 points for Martin.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Outside Jackson. There's the 3. Vancouver pulls it in.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Certainly something to keep an eye on. We'll see how the rotations go this time out. Every night it seems to be different.
Mobley with the block. Here's Simpson. No scoring in this one. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And Vancouver leads by 21.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Martin wide open. He fires. Drills the three-pointer. Martin's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
And here's Antetokounmpo outside. Cans it from downtown. Antetokounmpo's got a couple of three-pointers in the second for Vancouver. Curry against Jackson. Puts it up from 12, and that one comes up a bit short.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
Giannis drives in, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's Vancouver just dominating this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Here with Michael Malone. Coach, you took a run in the second quarter. How do you think your team has played so far?
I didn't think we played much defense to start. Did not like how we closed that quarter. So we have to find a way against a great offensive team to string together multiple stops.
Hard to do, but that's what you have to do. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum line. They're thinking about a shot. So close. One more time. A round of applause for the participants.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half.
Their passing was clearly superior in the first half. They were playing a team game, not one-on-one basketball. Good player movement.
And moving on, guys, it's early in the season, but always a good time. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And with the big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end.
Oh, my goodness! Wow! What a play!
And Towns showing some vision there, setting up his teammate.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And Beasley has the ball here for the Nuggets. Three-pointer. Barnes grabs the miss. Vancouver has gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. On its way from Curry for 2. Here's Giannis. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Giannis has got 36.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And he makes that one. Antetokounmpo has got 38 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Beasley with a clean look, sinks the three-pointer.
We know Mr. Beasley wants to drain it from distance, especially if you give him any kind of space.
Nailed from three-point land.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
Martin from outside. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Here's Curry with the 3. Offensive rebound. Vancouver working the ball around now. Sinks the triple. Curry's got 6 in the quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, they've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you. It's Beasley on the wing to the inside. Vancouver pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. fires the three, and Stephen Curry gets the three. Curry's got 9.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Martin dishes to Beasley. And he converts the layup. He's got 10.
Now you love to see a guard like Malik Beasley take it down low and be willing to compete and make a shot.
Jones finds Curry. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's Vancouver with a 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
Ooh, that's right in the face of the D.
You know, he dealt with the pressure like it was nothing. Outside Curry. For the 3. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got his 3rd assist on the night. In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Pass to De Silva. Here's Holland from downtown. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Stephen Curry another 3.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
And bottom line, more boards means more possessions. That's how you build a lead.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Pass to De Silva. Can they get it? It's stolen by Jones. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. It's Curry. Oh!
Goodness. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Beasley for 3. The Nuggets with another miss.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And I think you can start to feel their frustration. Mounting with every missed bucket, it becomes more and more desperate.
Here's Beasley into the lane, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
I mean, he's just making the D look foolish. I mean, that was one heck of a move to get himself the space that he needed to operate.
And how about the slam to finish it off? Not too shabby either.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
And it's Vancouver holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And with it, here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Vancouver, looking at who they've got. They've got Payton. He's out there with Mobley, and it's Matthews in at the shooting guard position.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him that he's up off the threes.
Simpson with the bucket.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Here's Black. Count that one. Black's got his first points in this one.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Now a timeout called by Vancouver.
It's the start of the game, my friends. Here comes your Nuggets dance team.
Anderson, he's checked in for the Nuggets. And it's Barnes with the ball for Vancouver. Here's Curry with the three. Curry on the wing. Beyond the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 5 assists tonight.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
And here's Anderson for 3. Vancouver pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's the 3. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the 4th quarter. Here's Anderson. Vancouver pulls it in.
Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
Curry kicks to Antetokounmpo. And again, it's Vancouver with a 3.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Anderson passes to Bowen. And that one, good.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
From deep, Antetokounmpo. And again, it's Vancouver with a 3.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
The Nuggets have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Anderson wide open, tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Curry, from outside the arc, traps in the tray. Curry's got 35 in the game.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And I think the defender knows once he gets cooking, look out. The bucket looks awfully big to him right now.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And that one's good by Giannis.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
Here's Bowen. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. And Towns throws it down.
And this is why so many are high on Towns. He has the offensive versatility to just take over.
For Denver, they've gone 4 of 8 in this 4th quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. From deep, good on the 3-point shot. Anderson's got himself on the board with 3 there. Vancouver, they've gone on a tear here in the 4th. They're 8 of 9 on field goal attempts in the quarter. Buries the long-range jumper.
And I'll tell you what, if Giannis develops a 3-point shot, I don't know how you stop him.
Deep 2 from Anderson. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes.
Listen, if you're that wide open, you have to take the shot, even if it's not your favorite.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Vancouver.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board.
Unbelievable. That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
And here's Giannis from outside. Denver's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Pass to Bowen. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Both teams will make substitutions. Outside Martin. Here's De Silva. His 3-pointers off the mark. Vancouver working the ball around now. Pass to Simpson. Back to Mobley. Now Giannis. The 3. He can't get that one. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Holland, no good.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
And here's Antetokounmpo outside. Hits the 3-point bomb. Antetokounmpo's got 52 points. And here's Denver. Beasley for three. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Launches a three. That shot missing. So it's Vancouver picking up the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge.